So my name's Jasmine Hortop. I'm 28 tomorrow and I'm an illustrator living in Bristol in the UK, originally from London. I think when I was like 6 or something, I used to say I wanted to be a comic book artist, and I used to draw comics. And I used to make a Pokemon magazine and give it to my friends. But yeah, I was always drawing, never stop. And yeah, always wanted to do art. I guess like when I was really small, I didn't know like an illustrator was a career choice or like what the name of it is. But a comic book artist is pretty similar. I moved to Bristol about 6 years ago. I lived in London till I was about 18. And then I went to university. I studied illustration. I guess I wanted to like move out of London because there's like London bubble. And I think I just always thought like, I don't know, if you don't move out of London when you're in uni, maybe I'd never end up moving out of London. And so I went and studied in Birmingham, finished uni, and I moved back to Brighton for a little bit. I stayed with my parents, they live in Brighton, and then I ended up moving to Bristol in the UK, which is where I got my first job working in-house for a publishing studio. I was there for, how long did I say? 4 years. Working as a senior designer there, and so they were focusing on making like giftware products and greetings cards, and they get sold into really big high street shops. I liked it a lot, it was really good, but I felt like I wanted to be freelance 2.5 years ago and was just like, no, I'm going to go freelance. Then I set up what you might call my brand, my name, Jasmine Hortop. Since then, I've been focusing on doing illustration that's commissioned, lots of murals, do signage and sort of hand lettering and things as well. But yeah, just sort of doing the illustration that I want to do. Which was really important to me after working in-house for so long, because you're sort of much more dictated to commercial illustration and what sells and stuff, whereas I wanted to make illustration for me and people come to me for my illustration, I guess. Yeah, so I did illustration in uni and we didn't learn anything about, we weren't taught anything about being self-employed at all, basically. I'm lucky that my dad used to be an accountant. When I finished uni, I worked with a company called the Association of Illustrators. I learned so much through them, it was invaluable. They deal with like contracts and how to price your work, just setting like setting a standard price and then like making sure you stick to it. This can be really hard, people trying to like bat you down on price and stuff, and just being like, no, this is how much I'm worth. And making sure you know that. I have mixed feelings about university because in England now you have to pay £9,000 a year, which is like a lot of money. With an art degree, it's hard. It's like how much, if you were to have those 3 years just set aside to focus on your work, then it's not too much. And I think I don't know, I maybe got a bit distracted in uni, and the work that I was producing in uni is very different from the work that I was producing now. I guess I think a bit more commercially now. In uni, it's very much, I don't know, influenced by the tutor that you have at the time. Yeah, I don't know, I think maybe think carefully about uni, depending how much it is. But then if you're not going to go to uni, then you need to make sure you're setting aside that time to work on your work. And do you have the motivation to work on it without a tutor there, making sure you work on it? I don't know. I was really lucky. In uni, I got like a couple of awards and I exhibited in Somerset House in London, like straight from uni, which were like really big things, really helpful into me getting that job. And then that job as well was really helpful for just learning about the industry, learning like really professional ways of like presenting your work and sending stuff to print. And like, so I'm really lucky now, I know very thoroughly about the print process and print production and how to send things. After I finished uni, it was like really hard. I moved back home for a bit with my parents, and it's really hard to get motivation when you're just like, you've been riding this high or from uni and I got these awards and they did these exhibitions and stuff, and then you're like, move back in with your parents, and it's really hard to keep motivated. And I think a lot of people then can get sucked into a thing of like, I was working in Topshop at the time, and it's easy just to you have to just get money, obviously, and then you just get sucked into it, and then maybe not doing as much creative work as you want to, and then it's really easy to get diverted and then not end up doing the career that you want to do, even though you've studied in it and you have so much passion for it, but I think you lose confidence. So yeah, making sure you can get past that and always just doing whatever it is. Coming out of uni is hard, I think, and you just sort of have to keep persevering and have confidence in yourself. When I went freelance, I have everyone always recommending me, and I have so much work come through word of mouth and festivals and events and stuff, and through them I get lots more work, and then people see me work for them, and then I have approached by other things. So yeah, it's I'd say networking for me has been probably the biggest thing, and having a supportive structure around me, those supportive people who are recommending all the time. Because I live in Bristol, and it's a really supportive city for artists. I think it's got the biggest number of startups in the UK. Having all those people know that I've gone freelance, I know it sounds silly, but on Facebook and stuff, everyone's aware that that's what you're doing and you're freelance and you're available for projects. And then you'll have someone maybe random who you haven't seen in 10 years email you and say, hey, I've seen you've been doing this and my company is looking for some mural or illustration work. As long as you keep working on the things that you want to work on and knowing that you are happy with your work, then I think eventually you will get people noticing it for that, because you'll become stronger and stronger in your own personal style, and people will see your confidence with it. So I think as soon as people come to your website and it looks professional, then they'll take you seriously. And making sure that the work that you have on that is representative of the work you want to be getting more of. Anything that you have on there, you have to think that someone might potentially ask you to do that again. So you need to make sure that you're happy with that. So making sure that that is a portfolio of the work that where you want to be. I guess defining exactly where it is you want to be going, what kind of work you want to be getting. A couple of years ago I said, actually no, I'm going to stop taking on logos and everything like that, because it's sort of messing up my brand and it's not what I enjoy doing. No, I'm going to focus on purely illustration, and it has to be in this style and it has to be what I want to do, and things that go with it. Setting some targets of the kind of brands you want to be working with, probably working that out, which can take quite a long time, because not necessarily your style will fit every thing. So trying editorial illustration, or trying applying your art to different media and working out actually which ones do you enjoy and which ones do you not, and working out. It sounds lame. I'm literally the happiest I've ever been, because I work every day just in my studio. I have a really nice studio with 3 of my friends, and they do fashion, and it's just a nice creative atmosphere. This is why it's different from working in-house. I guess it's a huge more sense of achievement when you see that someone's come to you for your work and it's a nice big job or something. Well, it doesn't need to be big really, but someone's come to something and you see it out there, and it's just really rewarding. I did a mural this year for the Foo Fighters, which was up in the Olympic Stadium, and that was really cool. The Foo Fighters one I'm really proud of, just because that's a really big thing. Would it be although I'm really proud of it, it's not actually necessarily my most favourite work. Just because for that I had to sort of tailor it more towards the Foo Fighters. The colours, you probably be able to see with that the colours aren't like my usual colourways. It's a bit like darker and grungier, whereas I like pop colours. Do I regret anything? I don't know, no. I wish I'd gone freelance earlier. I wish I'd been self-employed for longer. That's just because I'm so happy with where I have everything now, and I'm really enjoying being able to take on the work that I'm taking on. And for me, it's not really work. People think just because I'm drawing all the time, I'm working, and I'm really lucky, I think, that I get paid to do it. I have a bit of a dream about getting a camper van and just working and traveling everywhere, and then working like this. I work on an iPad Pro and a laptop, and I work from anywhere. So yeah, just being able to travel with it. Yeah. And yeah, so I feel like I'm quite content just as long as I can keep drawing with it and get paid for it.